Now, as fun as shooting tight groups like that is and makes us feel great about our shooting capacity, that's not really what these tools are for, right? This is my Walther P99. It's one of my carry guns. A bit larger for summer attire and hot to carry, so I carry something smaller like the Walther PPS, a lot lighter, easier to wear in light clothing. Shooting groups like that helps us work on the discipline needed for good shooting, but it doesn't necessarily help with defensive shooting. What I want to show you is how to practice for that. To start, we're going to change targets. That torso there, a bit tall. I'm going to pretend my attacker's taller than me. Torso target is what you're looking for. You're looking for torso hits, not necessarily tight groups. It is important to have that shot control, but it's more important to be able to deliver a shot and have it hit somewhere on there. So what we're going to do is integrate the same discipline required to shoot those tight groups, but try to speed it up a little bit. Basically, we're going to try to find the balance between speed and accuracy, where you can generally hit somewhere in the chest, about a hand-sized group. Now, that group is acceptable. Shots are about 2 inches apart and in the center, which is where I want them. Don't worry about draw speed. We're not working on draw now. We're just working on taking the discipline that we've taught ourselves in shooting groups with that sight alignment and applying it quicker. What you'll eventually develop is memory in the wrist. I've had other lessons on this in the past. Let's try it one more time. At your own pace. Remember, safety's more important than looking like a badass. What we saw there is I got a little wide, but still hitting decently. This tells me that I could probably speed up my shot speed. I'm not going to mess with draw speed, but just speed up the time between shots, trusting my sight alignment on that first shot and doing more of a hammer of a double tap, which we saw in a previous month's lesson. Those two shots, and I'll zoom it in for you, are the top two still quite close together. Getting the second shot off before my wrist or hand is really affected by the first shot. So that's working. That's about the balance we want to try. And we're doing this from about 7 yards, which according to FBI stats is what most of the defensive shooting happens in. So once again, what we're integrating here, what we're practicing, is using the bullseye experience that we have of perfect sight alignment and all that to get a more instinctive hold of wrist angle, etc., of what's good, but speeding it up a little bit, not trying to stack tiny little groups, just trying to hit the general area. Since this is a small single stack, I'm going to top off my magazine and we'll give it one more try. And so once again, we're not worried about a draw speed here. We're just trying to get fist size or so on that torso from 7 yards. I'm going to speed up my shots since the grouping tells me that I have a little bit of room to go. And there we have it. The group has certainly expanded. At one shot about 4 or 5 inches from the others. That's probably pushing my speed limit. I either need to stay there and work on it or slow it down to bring it back in. If you're wondering about draw and the procedure on that, I'll go over that in another lesson, but I do want to show you a few things of note with the current setup I'm wearing. You may have seen me talk about concealed clothing and what to wear in the summer months to conceal. Not perfect, but not bad. This isn't the ideal shirt. did cover that. This one's from Blackhawk. I found the Vertex ones to work a little better for various reasons covered in another story. The holster is the one from Raw Dog that we reviewed. It's a composite, or hybrid if you will, of Kydex on one side and leather on the other. Quite comfortable, easy to put on, easy to put off. But while you're practicing things like these drills, you can also try moving your holster to different locations and see, well, really learn the reality of what happens when you put them in different positions. For example, from the 3 o'clock, draw is usually pretty quick and easy, but the gun sticks out, it's uncomfortable for driving, might catch on chairs at the office, things like that. So we tend to move it a little bit further back. As you get further back, that reach gets more difficult to do. You also now run the risk of coming across your body as you bring the gun forward. So these are all things to think about and consider. You can practice drawing from the holster in those different positions at home. In fact, I highly recommend it before you come out and do anything live fire. Thanks for watching.